Well, good evening. It's all celebrations for Kenyans after our boys have made us proud. It is Harambee Stars, and of course, we are all eagerly waiting to see how the CHAN tournament will unfold. Even as we continue celebrating, many thanks for always keeping it a TV47. We have that particular story as well as so much more lined up for you. Karibu sana. My name is Linda Alela. I'll be taking you through this. The weekend edition begins right away. Tonight, a dream start for Kenya at CHAN 2025 as Harambee Stars beat DR Congo in their Group A opener. And ODM Secretary General Edwin Sifuna leads party leaders in backing the UDA-led government, but issues a blunt ultimatum to Raila. If you support Ruto in 2027, we walk. 43 years on, we revisit the failed coup that rocked Kenya, reshaped politics, and left a lasting scar on the nation's history. This is TV47 Weekend Edition. We have lots lined up for you. Thank you so much for always keeping it right here. Our sign language interpreter for the night is Rhoda Nyamai, and the Weekend Edition begins right away. Now we go straight to this story of celebrations. The Kenya national men's soccer team, the Harambee Stars, officially kick-started their CHAN 2024 campaign in a peak style by edging out rivals DR Congo 1-0. Our sports reporter Nzuki Alela was on the ground and gives us a taste of how the action unfolded.
National soccer team Harambee Stars officially kick-started their campaign with an emphatic 1-0 win over DR Congo thanks to a goal from Austin Odhiambo right before halftime.
I feel happy and it motivates me because I've given my team the winning goal, and it gives me more energy to go and for the next game because as a country we want this trophy to remain here home, and we know how hard it is. So we just have to give our best in the pitch.
It's a tough game. It was a tough game. We know they seasoned campaigners. They know what it is to win this tournament. To match them tactically was tricky, but I can't be more proud of my players. You know, they showed so much bravery.
The Benny McCarthy-led side now turned their focus onto the next game, whereby they're scheduled to lock on to rivals Angola in what promises to be an enticing encounter on Thursday night right here at the Kasarani Stadium.
Just slightly disappointed that we didn't give them that second or third goal, which we could have done, but you know, we are work in progress. Yeah. Angola next, and it ain't gonna get any easier. But I think the hardest hurdle for us is over, and that is getting over the first game of the tournament.
Game imekuwa tough sana na naweza sema honestly DRC wamekuwa the better team because hawajatumia chances zao. With us to may have one chance na tukatumia vizuri. So I think we need to improve more on managing the game and managing the ball because we are losing too many balls. And we have a chance to do that on Thursday.
Kenyan fans stand up in high numbers to cheer on their side as they hope that this national team can make it to the quarterfinals. Zuki Allen for TV47 Sports.
Thank you, Nzuki, for starting us off on a good note. Now, leaders allied to DCP party leader Gachagua have intensified their criticism of President Ruto's administration, condemning what they describe as misplaced priorities and flawed policies. The leaders criticized the government for unconstitutionally disallowing them from holding public rallies, while describing the move as an awkwardly or a cowardly act that undermines democratic freedoms. Mike Agungu reports on that.
President William Ruto's critics have strengthened their censure against his administration following what they term as misplaced priorities and flawed policies. Speaking during a church service in Maragua constituency in Murang'a County, the leaders accused the president of steering the country in the wrong direction, citing a reduction in education capitation and the ongoing economic downturn as key indicators of poor governance.
Lakini hii maneno ya President William Ruto, kila mahali sisi tukienda mikutano yake sisi hatuingilii, mikutano yake sisi hatumuulizi swali. Yeye anaenda anapeana maneno yake, yeye anaenda anasema maneno yake. Lakini sisi tukienda kwa mkutano, kila wakati anataka kutupika na tear gas. We want to condemn that because that is not acceptable. That is not in our constitution, that is not in our democracy.
Huwezi kuwa unanyanyasa watu wetu tukiwa tumekimya. Na daima ujue sisi hata ufanyeji, sisi tutashikilia papo hapo mpaka tuone umeenda nyumbani ifikiapo mwaka 2027.
The leaders argued that the administration's focus has been misaligned with the needs of the ordinary Kenyans, leading to hardship across various sectors. They also dismissed the significance of the recent visit of former President Uhuru Kenyatta to State House, asserting that it will not reverse the declining popularity of President William Ruto in central Kenya, stating that such visits have little impact on the political landscape in the region.
Hata ukipigwa picha na mheshimiwa Uhuru Kenyatta ambaye tunampenda, lakini picha yako na Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta haiwezi kumrudisha kijana wetu Boniface Kariuki uhai.
Sisi tuko na akili na tunafikiria ile njia tunataka kupita. Hata wakati huu hakuna kitu kimebadilika. Hata ile akili tulikuwa nayo siku ile, hata sasa tuko na akili.
The leaders criticized the government for unconstitutionally disallowing them from holding public rallies, describing the move as a cowardly act that undermines democratic freedoms.
Upigwe picha na Uhuru Kenyatta, ukaenda Raila Amolo Odinga, ufanye nini? Dawa yako tunaijua, sindano yako tumeichemsha.
As tensions continue to rise, the leaders remain steadfast in their stance, calling for accountability and a shift in policy direction to address the pressing issues facing the nation. Mike Kagwango, TV47, Nairobi.
All right, thank you for that, Mike. Still on politics, leaders opposing the popular broad-based government have vowed to remain within the ODM party despite mounting pressure. But there is a catch, though, of course, led by ODM Secretary General Edwin Sifuna. The leaders warned that they will quit the party if Raila Odinga backs President William Ruto in 2027. Isaac Famba reports.
The new wave of youthful political leadership in the country is gaining momentum as leaders opposed to the broad-based government took their campaigns to Trans Nzoia County today. ODM Secretary General Edwin Sifuna, alongside members of parliament including Saboti MP Caleb Amisi, made their position clear. They will continue to openly criticize the government while maintaining their respect to ODM leader Raila Odinga.
Wakati nitabaki kama katibu mkuu wa chama, nitasoma resolutions za viungo vya chama. I will read all the resolutions that are made by organs of ODM except one. Except one. Which one? Wanachama ODM wakipitisha waseme Sifuna ni shenzi kabisa, nitasoma. Wakisema huyu Sifuna ni bure kabisa, nitasoma. Lakini siku ile watapitisha ati chama cha ODM kitafunga Kasongo mkono mwaka wa 2027. Hiyo nataka niseme mbele na mbele ya Mwenyezi Mungu. Hiyo wanasema hatuna heshima kwa Raila. Number one, Raila is our father of the nation. There is no question about it. Sawa. Hata wale ambao wanatusi Raila ninawaambia, I may not agree with Raila, but usimtusi. Sawa.
The leaders vote to defend Kenyans from what they termed political and economic oppression, accusing the government of intimidating the opposition leaders who hold different views.
Ambaye nimefunzwa na Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga kwamba lazima kila siku tusimame na haki. Mnataka ninyamaze wakati mambo yanaendelea baya? Naambia baba hivi, nimwambie simwambie? Niambie baba simwambie? Mimi Kale kwa misi, ukiamua kuunga mkono William Ruto, baba, that will be the end of me and you, amen.
They also said Kenya now needs young leaders with fresh vision to help improve the lives of ordinary citizens.
Sisi tunataka Kenya mpya. Tunataka viongozi wapya. Kwani Kale hatoshi? Kale hatoshi? Huyu Sifuna mnamuona? Muangalie tena, mnaona huyu Sifuna? Mnaona huyu Sifuna? Anatosha hatoshi?
Isaac Famba, TV47, Trans Nzoia County.
And DCP party leader Rigathi Gachagua has described the Kenyan diaspora as an important constituency that has long been overlooked, and despite its significant contribution to the country's economy, particularly in foreign exchange earnings. Speaking in Richardson, Dallas on Saturday night, Gachagua acknowledged the diaspora's efforts and pledged to push the IEBC polling stations to be set up in the region during future elections. Chichi Josephine with that.
While engaging Kenyans living in Dallas, Texas, former Deputy President and DCP party leader Rigathi Gachagua said the concerns of Kenyans abroad mirror their frustration with the state of the nation back home.
We came here to engage meaningfully, and all of us cannot see things the same way. And that is what we are fighting back at home, one-man rule. So I am very happy to have listened to the community leaders, and I have heard what you have said.
In a candid exchange, Gachagua welcomed their shared stand on ending corruption, extrajudicial killings, discrimination and bad governance, accusing President William Ruto of hiding behind his community.
William Ruto cannot run away from that fact that he has killed our young children, and he has shamelessly, publicly given an order that people should be shot in the leg. He cannot hide behind tribalism and his community. Nobody from the Kalenjin community has killed our children. That community is innocent, and nobody can blame the community. It's a person known by name.
The former DP assured them of his commitment to what he called the country's liberation, promising to help rebuild Kenya's economic, political and moral direction for the sake of the nation's future and generations to come.
So we have those challenges as a country, and together we'll fix it. I don't want to say I'm perfect. I don't want to say that I'm better. I don't want to say that I'll do things that others have not done. All I'm asking the people of Kenya is to look at my track record, and therefore I want to offer alternative leadership. Leadership based on integrity and based on continuous engagement with the Kenyan people.
Chichi Josephine, TV47.
All right, presidential aspirant Dr. Reuben Kigame and Narok County Teachers Union leaders have criticized the government's handling of the education sector, calling it neglectful and harmful to students' futures. Now, Dr. Kigame has condemned the recent salary increment for teachers, terming it as insignificant. Dr. Kigame, who aims to run for president in 2027, vowed to hold the government accountable for corruption, oppression and other injustices. Teachers led by union officials Mwalimu Michael Gashohi equally expressed frustration over the pay rise under the 2025-2029 collective bargaining agreement. Union leaders have been accused of settling for a poor deal that benefits union deductions rather than teachers' welfare.
Serikali yetu inatumia utapeli fulani ili kudanganya nchi kwamba wameongeza mshahara wa walimu. Unapata mwalimu ameongezwa kitu ndio, lakini ni shilingi kama 30 ama 200. Sasa hiyo itasaidia mwalimu namna gani?
When it comes to the issue of the activities, the principal is the one who is still told, take your students for the activities. He's the one who is still facilitating that. The money is not coming from the national government. Secondly, When it comes to the issue of this increase of school fees, either in secondary school or at tertiary education, we say that that is wrong.
Okay, the Public Health Principal Secretary Mary Muthoni has urged politicians to refrain from politicizing development initiatives rolled out by the government, saying such projects are designed purely for public benefit. She made the remarks while attending a church service in Gachagua, Kirinyaga County. Now, the PS said that several stalled development projects have now resumed and emphasized the need for unity and cooperation among leaders and the public. That is to ensure their successful completion. Accompanying the PS, members of the Kirinyaga County Assembly, led by Karumandi MCA Caroline Mureithi, equally welcomed the government's move to establish a Kenya Medical Training College, KMTC, in Kianyaga, that is Gachagua constituency, saying the institution would boost healthcare access and open up the local economy.
Kitu itasaidia watu wa Kirinyaga, hapo ndio niko. Kama ni barabara, mimi niko hapo. Kama ni mahospitali, mimi niko. Na mimi hiyo ndio kitu nitakuwa ninatetea. Hii ingine porojo mimi sitaki. Ikifika mambo ya afya, tusifanye siasa na mambo ya afya.
Na tunakemea wale viongozi wanasema KMTC sijengwe Gachagua. Hiyo ni kutokwa na akili, sijui mtu anafikiria nini akipinga maendeleo ikikuja kwao nyumbani. Kwa hivyo hata kama ni nani, hatujali. So long as wewe unapinga maendeleo, hatuko na wewe.
Wako na Kemri, lakini Gachagua tumeachwa nyuma sana na maendeleo na institution. Kwa hivyo tunaomba na wale wamanaleta siasa hapo kwa hii mambo ya KMTC wakome kabisa, kwa sababu hii maendeleo inakuja kusaidia.
Right, Kenyan youth are now being urged to pursue education and job opportunities within the blue economy sector, which experts say remains largely untapped despite its potential to address the country's rising unemployment crisis. Speaking in Mombasa during a stakeholders meeting that is ahead of the Blue Economy Summit set for September, organizers emphasized that lack of awareness and interest among young people has contributed significantly to their low participation in the sector. They're now calling on the government and relevant agencies to offer training and educational support to young people eager to explore maritime careers, a move they believe could greatly improve employment prospects in the country.
Opportunities katika the blue economy sector ziko nyingi sana. So tunahimiza serikali wakuje tufanye mazungumzo na vijana waweze kujua zile opportunities ziko wapi katika the blue economy sector ili waweze kunufaika na hizo opportunities.
Blue tech, all the technology in the ocean, and how can we avail this technology to the entrepreneurs. There is the finance, the lack of money. As we are aware, only 1% of funding is going to the blue economy space. So how do you avail more resources to this sector? Then the third one is on the policy dialogue. How do you ensure that the policies, the cost of doing business comes to a level in which you can be able to afford?
Sio lazima uwe baharia. Naweza kuhusika katika masuala mengine ambayo yanahusika vile vile, kama vile kutengeneza vyombo ama engines za meli, kupaka meli rangi, kufanya supplies.
Lakini ni maongezi ambayo yanafaa kupanua fikra zetu katika kuinvest masuala ya blue economy hapa nchini na kuhakikisha kwamba tunapata kazi nyingi zaidi kutokana na sekta hii kama vile unazopata katika nchi za sehemu za ughaibuni.
And therefore we want to scale up our programs. We want to include trading of our young people, regulations of the opportunities that they are getting, and advocacy, as it has been said.
Residents of Laini Saba ward in Kibera are now seeing positive changes thanks to several development projects taking shape in the area. And of course, this include the Climate Works Mtaani initiative and the long-awaited road expansion program, both aimed at improving daily life and service delivery in the ward. Now, for years, poor roads have made it difficult for residents to access key services, especially medical help during emergencies. In addition, frequent flooding caused by blocked drainage systems has been a major problem. However, new interventions by the local government led by Laini Saba MCA Joseph Musila are beginning to turn things around. Dozens of local youth have now been enrolled in Climate Works, the national program that was launched by President Ruto. Through this, the youth are tasked with cleaning and blocking drainage and restoring the environment.
Tunafanya kazi mzuri tunavyoangalia. Hapa Mashimoni kulikuwa na shida sana. Hapa line 7 in short ya sewage line. Unapata mvua inaponyesha, takataka inafurika hadi huku barabarani. Unapata hata hao mama ambao wanauza mboga wanapata wakati mgumu sana. So wanapaswa hadi wafunge kazi ili hiyo takataka ikatolewa. Lakini wakati tunapoangalia saa hizi pipe zinazowekwa zitasaidia sana.
Hapo awali moto, nyumba zilikuwa zikichomeka, gari kuingia huko ilikuwa ngumu. Sasa unapata nyumba zimechomeka, hata kuna watu wamekufa, familia zimeathirika. Lakini kwa sasa hivi yenye kuna barabara, kuna easy access, gari zinaweza ingia huko zima moto.
Tumesaidiana na watu wengi kwa hii kazi yetu hapa Kibera. Na mambo yale tumebakisha kufanya ni mingi. Tunataka kumaliza barabara ya Catholic, tumalize hii ya Adware, na tuone kama tutakuwa na drainage nzuri hapa line 7. Kwa hivyo naomba wakaaji wa line 7 mnishike mkono tumalize kazi zile zimebakia.
The push for universal health coverage in Kenya is facing renewed scrutiny, with health advocates calling on the government to increase investment in women's health. Now, this follows the release of a major national survey exposing gaps in healthcare delivery and growing mistrust in the system. Peter Onsari reports.
According to a survey dubbed In Her Lifetime by the White Ribbon Alliance Kenya, has gathered responses from over 90,007 women and girls in 44 counties, and the message was clear. The health system is broken.
I call upon the partners, I call upon the NGOs that they come in together and support these responses of the healthcare and self-healthcare of all women around the world.
The survey paints a troubling picture of how underfunding limits access to screening and treatment for chronic conditions such as cancer, diabetes, epilepsy, and hypertension.
On the listening that we have had is enhancing the diagnostic, because one of the few things that they highlighted, there are no enough diagnostic components, and especially for raising a lot of awareness within the chronic health space. And one of the few things that we picked up from that is there's need for more awareness within the communities that we serve about the prevention of the chronic illnesses, and that is one of...
From poor maternity care to inadequate emergency referral systems, the report reveals widespread disrespect, discrimination, and lack of access to essential services, issues that have eroded trust in the public health facilities.
Women themselves have said they want to be seen as a whole, not to be seen in parts, not to be seen just during reproduction. And so for us, it's about investing in health and information, as what we've heard from women and girls.
Those present at the report's launch emphasized that women's health must go beyond reproductive care, address their mental, emotional, and nutritional well-being at every stage of life.
During the years pre-conception, we respond to their needs. During the time that they are pregnant, we respond to their needs. But even after, because their lives don't stop with only pregnancy and childbirth, their lives continue.
The call is now for a shift in how women's health is funded, viewed and prioritized, urging the government to act before more lives are left behind. Peter Onsari, TV47, Nairobi.
Thank you for that, Peter. The State Department for Public Works is seeking to prevent construction-related tragedies, including collapsing of buildings in Kenya. This is after concern was raised over poor construction and workmanship in building causing construction-related accidents in the North Rift region. Addressing the media in West Pokot County, the Public Works Principal Secretary Joel Arumonyang said that the government has put in place measures, including the new Building Code 2024, that is to help cap structural building collapses and construction-related accidents, all aimed at ensuring quality standards are met.
na nataka ni wasihi washikadau wote wa mashule yote wale ambao wanataka kujenga kwamba kabla hawajajenga waweze kudhibitisha hali ya udongo kwa sababu ya ile geotechnical survey ili waweze kujua ni itafanyika namna gani. Ya idara ya public works ambayo tuna ajiri engineers pamoja na architect na quantity surveyors, tumetangaza tayari nafasi 282 ambayo imetangazwa na Public Service Commission, na baada ya kuajiriwa tutaweza kuwatuma kwa kila county. Tuwe na maafisa wa public works wa kila county, na tutafungua ofisi hapa Kapenguria, ikuwe regional office ambayo itashughulikia county ya Trans Nzoia, West Pokot na Turkana.
President William Ruto's decision to revert Amboseli National Park to the management of Maasai community following cabinet approval, that is for Kajiado County to take ownership, has been lauded by Narok leaders. Now, speaking during a public event, Narok Governor Patrick Ntutu also cautioned farmers against selling green maize, warning that the growing trend could trigger future security risks. Further, Governor Ntutu urged parents to stay close to their daughters to curb rising cases of teenage pregnancies and early marriages. The Narok woman representative, Rebecca Tonkei, condemned milk brokers for exploiting local women, that is by buying milk at a lower price. The leaders vowed to protect community interests and fight economic injustices.
Kiri yale ambayo tuko nayo leo ni makubwa. Kwanza kabisa ni kwamba tunashukuru Rais wetu William Ruto kwa sababu ya kutupea Amboseli. Tuliuliza karibu mwaka 2 iliyopita, na sasa juzi cabinet wameidhinisha ya kwamba sasa Amboseli inaenda kwa Kajiado, na tunataka kumshukuru yeye sana. Na nimeona watu wengi wanauza mahindi kabla ijafika wakati ambayo inauzwa, na hiyo ni kumaanisha ya kwamba kutakuwa na njaa baadaye, kwa sababu kama unauza ikiwa mkoro, alafu sasa wakati inafunwa wewe una mahindi ya kuweka kwa nyumba yako na boma yako. Tusaidiane tuhakikishe ya kwamba wale watoto wetu ambayo bado wako shule wabaki kwa shule, hata shule ikifunguliwa tusipate wale ambayo tunasikia wamepata mimba ya mapema ama wametoka kwa shule.
Mtu hata ambaye ananunua maziwa ya kina mama lita moja shilingi 20, hiyo ni hatia. Hatutakubali, na hiyo sio sheria, na mtu hata ambaye atafanya hivyo, sisi kama kina mama tutaandamana.
Now, in a powerful show of unity and patriotism, various politicians have rallied behind the national football team, Harambee Stars, as they kicked off their 2024 African Nations Championship, that is CHAN campaign. Now, several political leaders have taken to social media to congratulate the national team for their first victory in the tournament. The Kasarani Stadium was packed with enthusiastic fans, among them President William Ruto and ODM party leader Raila Odinga, who were spotted side by side while cheering on the Kenyan national team. Now, in a bold move to inspire the players, President Ruto has pledged a staggering 600 million Kenyan shillings if the team reaches the finals of CHAN 2024. Former Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko has made his own pledge of 400 million shillings if the team wins the championship. Now, with the stakes now higher than ever, Harambee Stars have more than just a national pride to play for us. The team carries the promise of life-changing rewards for the players. Elsewhere, Tottenham Hotspur were forced to settle for a 1-1 draw with rivals Newcastle United in the final game of their And McLaren driver Lando Norris was crowned the Hungarian Grand Prix champion after holding off teammate Oscar Piastri. It's exactly 43 years since the 1982 failed coup, and on August the 1st, the country commemorated that. What do you know about it? I think tonight we want to take you through that journey, of course, with the faces that were there then as they narrate what it was like, in 6 hours, the country getting into limbo. And then, of course, President Moi, Daniel Toroitich, finally getting to revive the situation and reminding Kenya that ours is the business of peace. So allow us to take a short break. We get to pay some bills, and then we come back with that incredible piece.